Hi everyone, just coming out here and potting up a couple of tomatoes, getting them sowed, some last minute seeds. And that last video that I did, it was kind of weird at the very end. I edited it and it was just fine. And when I uploaded it to YouTube, it was like I was in a voiced over old Japanese or Chinese martial art thing where your voice would move and your mouth would move later. It was kind of comical actually. But I tried. It's fine if I look through my computer on my editing software. It's fine. But when it uploaded to YouTube, I don't know, it kind of went weird. But anyhow, but sorry for that. It just, no matter what I did, it would not fix it. For all of us, it had a really long winter so far, and it was dark. We couldn't get out in our gardens. I know a lot of us get kind of antsy and kind of down and just, I don't know, you just don't feel right. You just don't feel like yourself. And a lot of that has to do with just not being able to play in the soil. Soil has Mycobacterium vaccae, or vaccae. I can't ever pronounce that. It's a bacterium that we breathe in, and it can get in through cuts, and we digest it or ingest it, which then it's just a bacterium, and it's like the equivalent of the antidepressant drugs that are out on the market, and it's a natural antidepressant drug, and that's why gardeners, especially, how we feel so happy out in our gardens when we've worked. And I mean, we can work hard and we're icky and we're dirty, and we come in, it just feels like we've been hit by a truck. It's just we're dragging in, and we take our showers and get cleaned up, but we feel so good. And that's the bacterium that we have ingested and breathed in, and it works with our bodies, and it makes our serotonin levels go up. And they have done studies on cancer patients, and it makes them calm. They're doing studies for cognitive, and they're doing studies for Crohn's disease and rheumatoid arthritis and all that kind of stuff, that this bacterium actually is connecting with us and it's helping us. And so if people would get out and work in the garden, and they would feel so much better. And even my kid, I have an oldest daughter, and she hates yard work. But I don't think she's put two and two together, that when she has been out in the garden and has played for a while, she seems so happy. And she just always thinks that's just because she's, you know, been outside. Well, actually, yeah, she's been playing in the dirt. So that's for you, kiddo. So for anybody that is kind of just run down and tired and just don't feel themselves, spring's coming, and we'll get out in the garden. And I know the last couple of days it's been nice enough that I can actually get out in the soil, and it has helped. So that is why, if you ever wonder why you get out in your garden and you work out there for a day or even a couple of days, why you feel so good, even though every muscle in your body's screaming at you and you found things that you don't remember having muscles, it's because of the bacterium that has gotten into your system. And they've done studies on rats, and if we're close to that type, it adheres to our system for about 3 weeks. So you feel good for a while. So when you start feeling down, get out in that garden and play in the dirt for a little while, and it'll pick up your spirits. So that was from an article in 2007 from Discovery Magazine that I just happened to come across. I wrote a little snippet for a newsletter that I write for a retirement center. So anyhow, now that I've digressed on to what makes you happy out in the dirt, so now I need to get my tomato seeds in here planted. So have a great day. I'm going to plant some tomato seeds, and then I'll be back with the lost strawberry baskets and lost footage. I did find 10 seascape strawberries. I don't usually buy them like this in the plastic bags, because a lot of times what happens is you can't see how big the roots are. But I thought for 10 of them, and I think I paid $5 or $4.99 or something like that. They're already starting to sprout. So it's just pretty much a big mess. And one of the things that I do like about doing it the other way is you can actually see them. Okay, here's the rubber band. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for the rubber band. So I don't know what. Oh, that's a leaf. So let's see if we can unhook these and see what we're working with. Okay, another leaf. Being that they were in plastic, that's what I really don't care for, because if you don't get them out, they will mold really fast. So, and they are not as nicely bundled as the ones that I get from the feed store. These roots are kind of all tangled up. Now what I'm doing is I'm trying not to pull the crown too much, but I do want to get these roots teased out. I ordered a bunch of these stainless steel chopsticks. They work great for pricking out and going through the root system on stuff. And Amazon, I think I got 12 pairs for $5. So, and they clean real nice. Okay, so what I have here is so far one. Now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to clean up, like I did last year, all the dead the dead twigs. And I'm going to take and run the roots down and go down about 4 inches and trim the roots. So this will cause these roots to start growing a little bit more. And you can, I don't know if you can see it, they're already, from being in the plastic, they're already getting some little roots on them. Alright everyone, I went out and I grabbed my strawberries. Now I have to look back, and I'll put down the date that I started these on the bottom of this video. I can't quite remember. I think it was about 2 weeks ago that I started the strawberries from the bare root. And I kept them, the roots moist. If you can see all the new roots that have started. So I got these pots at Greenhouse Megastore. I think I paid $1.60 a piece for them. And what I'm going to do is I am going to put the bare root strawberries in these. Now some of these bare root strawberries, remember I showed you a couple weeks ago when I unwrapped them, some of them were really tiny. So the tiny ones, I will probably put 2 or 3 strawberry plants in each container. The big ones, the big strawberries, I think I have a couple of really good big crowns in here. I will probably only put 1 crown in. And the leftover strawberries that I have, I will use my wire baskets that I used last year and use weed block fabric as the basket liner. So I have my same old favorite compost here. Potting soil, professional potting mix, whatever you want to call it. Everybody calls it something different. And I am going to add to that just a little bit of blood meal to the whole thing. That is just going to give my strawberries a little bit more nitrogen to give them a little bit of a boost. And I'm going to add a scoop of bone meal also. And mix this up a little bit. I don't want to over-fertilize my strawberries, but I do want to give them something to get growing on now. And then I give them liquid feed once a week. They get fed once a week. And that's what gives me the big, big, big juicy strawberries that I had last year. Okay, so what I have here is I have a really good mixture of blood meal, a little bit of bone meal, and some vermiculite in here. And so I only want to come up about this far with this mix because this has the fertilizer in it. I want my plants to go down a little farther before they hit the nutrition and make those roots search for something to eat. So they're going to get about 2 scoops per container, and then I'm going to plant up the rest of the container with more potting soil. There's a small one, and I am going to take and put a little more soil in here, just regular soil, kind of stir it around. I'm going to spread out the root zone. So there's a small one. And then I'm going to put another small one in here. And here's a small one. The roots have really taken off. Really have taken off. Now last year, I think I put in 3, sometimes I put in 3, but my pots I think were a little bit bigger than this. Oh, that soil is still so horribly cold. Now, remember, you don't want to bury the crown. So make sure your crown is up just a little bit. Okay, so this is a bigger crown. It's got a bigger root ball, and this will take up most of the pot. So I'm going to spread the roots out, and then I'm just going to cover the roots without burying the crown. Okay, so this year I still have some more strawberries that I need to pot up. And the strawberries that I didn't have time to get to last year, those are the ones that I did the cheap strawberry containers where I used these wire baskets, and then I used a paper bag and a plastic bag insert. Well, this year what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them a little bit more permanent so that they'll last the 2 full years. And I'm just using weed fabric. Same wire baskets that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just taking and cutting a little piece of weed block, same clothespins to hold them down, and I'm just tucking them in and clothespinning them down. So, got another one done. Recycle, reuse. This was just landscape fabric that I had in a roll that was sitting in my shed. I didn't want to throw it out, and I don't really use it in my garden anymore, so we can line a pot with it. So Albion Everbearing, and these will go in the greenhouse. I'm going to hang them up outside real quick so I can really soak them good. This one's a pretty good size crown, and this one's just a tiddler, so I put 2 in per pot. My strawberries. So I did get 6 baskets with the weed block, and then I have my other ones that I potted up last week, and they're already doing well. And these are the extra baby seascapes that were really teeny tiny. They're going to sit in here until they get big enough to put in hanging baskets. And these are the ones that, like I said, last week. So I have a lot of strawberries. These are the Albions that I have to get a tag for. So those are my strawberries. Those are done. Yay! I'm excited. And with the heat, they'll just sprout and grow crazy.